Hi, everybody. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Prehistoric Facts extra episode. And so, what this extra episode is that I'm going to be showing you some things from my collection. And so, these are going to be some replicas, some actual fossils, and some minerals too. And so, and with this kind of video, I'm hoping that you guys actually do. Let's actually set the bar for in terms of amount of likes. Let's actually get to 15. Let's get to 15 likes for this video, so that way you can get a part 2 of some things from my collection. And so, I'm only covering a handful here. So, I'll be showing you some of the replicas and fossils and minerals that I do have, and we'll go from there, and so on and so forth. So, when there will be a topic in terms of discussion for an extra episode, I will let you guys know via post on the community tab. You can please go to the community tab so that way you can keep in touch of what is coming up for a certain type of episode. And even on my social media handles on Facebook, you guys can check that out as well. But let's actually get started, shall we? So I'm going to start off with some minerals here. And so I also do collect rocks too, not just basic minerals. And for many of you that don't know, a lot of the times when I say minerals, I mean like crystals, And I'm not talking about saying I collect healing crystals. That's not what this is. This is basically that I collect stuff in terms of the geological perspective. So looking at them just looking at them and just seeing how cool they really are. And so the first thing I'm going to show you, this does look like an ordinary rock here, but what this actually is an agate. And so an agate is a type of rock or mineral that has it comes in all sorts of different types of colors. This one was actually found in western Wisconsin. And so I'm from Wisconsin, that's where I'm from. And where I went to a four-year university, in western Wisconsin called University of Wisconsin River Falls, and there's been a few times where we go rock hounding, and so we go find rocks. We go to this place that has it's like a glacial till type of quarry, and we actually find all sorts of rocks. We find like different kinds of minerals. We find like certain types of sandstones, limestones, dolostones, and even we do find some fossils there too, because that area there is a lot of dolostone and limestone, and in the glacial till, it's basically just debris from the glaciers, and so the glaciers would actually be bringing this kind of stuff in, and this is an agate. And so this one would be kind of somewhat considered as a Lake Superior agate, but it's pretty much kind of found in a different location. But the coloration on this, it's actually kind of hard to kind of figure out, but you can see the conchoidal fracture right here. So that's where you find the fracture point right there. You can kind of see this in a really nice detail right here. And so this one would be like a red, brown, and black kind of color. And there's agates that have a white color along with them. There's even tan color. There's even agates that are all sorts of different colors from different parts of the world. I've seen agates that are blue. I've seen agates that are a little bit of green. So there's all different kinds of minerals that you can find in these agates. And they're awesome to look at. Very awesome to look at. The next mineral here I'll show you. It's one of my favorite minerals to collect. It's this. This is fluorite. And so you can kind of... this is kind of hard to see here on the camera, but so now I know you're going to be thinking no, wait, this is amethyst. Well, amethyst has a different type of crystal forms. It has a different crystal formation where it kind of almost looks. You can kind of see it kind of goes straight up, and it has these multitudes of sides to go to the tip. Whereas fluorite, it does not do that. It does not fracture like that. You can kind of see here, it's kind of got these 90-degree fractures right there, and so they almost kind of look like pixels, like computer pixels in a way, when you see the fractures of them. and that's really, really neat. And flora can come in purple, they can come in clear, they can come in yellow, and so different types of colors there, but mostly purple, white, and yellow is where you're going to find. It's the types of fluorite that you're going to find. And I collect, and I do find some of the stuff like in rock and gem shows, and so that's actually pretty fun. And I'll show you the fossil that is my prized possession. It's my prized possessed fossil. I did not find this out on the field. I found this in the rock and gem show, and this is my prized fossil. This is a megalodon tooth, and so this one, this part of the root is missing, but that's okay. And I got this one at a Cottage Grove, Minnesota rock and gem show when I was in University of Wisconsin River Falls. Went to that rock and gem show, and they have all sorts of vendors that come in there. That rock and gem show, I believe, that took place in the end of September, if I remember correctly, or early October. And this was the best megalodon tooth I could find. You see, the complete megalodon teeth, those would be like hundreds of dollars. But this one with like a couple pieces missing. So like there's a bit right here where you're going to see like a part of it is missing. But of course this part here is missing. So those are going to be a little bit less. But at least it has a really good enamel, and it's got the serrations on there. I don't know if you're going to see the serrations. There we go. You can see the serrations on this. In this tooth, from its length, it's just over 5 inches. And so that's a really, really nice megalodon tooth that I have gotten at this rock and gem show. In rock and gem shows, you are definitely going to find megalodon teeth there. And whatever vendor actually does have them, some of them, they're going to be very, very small. They're going to be like juvenile size, or even like back teeth of megalodons, or even like further down the jawline, where the teeth are kind of like moving forward in the jaw, that sort of thing. And so yeah, but this one is a really, really nice tooth. I like megalodon teeth. I think they're really awesome. And so, and let me guys know if you do have like a piece, or even like a complete tooth, or partial or majority complete megalodon tooth. Please feel free to do so in my social media handles, or otherwise show me via email, because that way that I can definitely tell that you got a megalodon tooth. And it doesn't matter what kind of size it is. No competition here in terms of size here. We're not going to do that. Come on, let's just be civil about it, and make sure that you show me some of your best fossils that you have collected, like in rock and gem shows, or maybe you found them like out in like a place where there are fossils where you can collect them, that sort of thing. Please feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. And then we're going to move on to the replicas here. I do have a lot of theropod stuff here, so I do like to collect a lot of theropod stuff, because I am a theropod nut when it comes to dinosaurs. I mean, you can definitely tell I wear a lot of Tyrannosaurus Rex stuff. I got raptor stuff as well. But here, I'll show you, this is a Utah raptor tooth. And so I'll give shout outs to like companies that do make these replicas. And so this Utah raptor claw, I did get this out of Dinosaur George's website a long time ago. I don't think he sells these online anymore, but I believe he got these from a vendor. I don't know what kind of vendor it is, but shout out to Dinosaur George Blasting for having these when he did for his online store. And like, this is a very, very cool Utah raptor claw. This is the massive claw right on the foot. And so this is almost 12 inches. So this is around the curve. This is pretty nice. Very nice detail. And I got another one that is the typical Utah raptor killing claw, so to speak, that you find on a lot of like other websites. And so, yeah. And then here, Giganotosaurus tooth. This one you can find like on, like, say, a prehistoric store.com. You can find them on, like, I think think Darwin, some other places that have this kind of tooth, but I got this one from Prehistoric store, and and this is a really cool tooth. The serrations are still there. It's just that they're kind of a little bit worn from how many times I've touched it, and even like showed it to a bunch of people, and so on and so forth. But this is a nice tooth. This is pretty close to 7 inches, and so this is a really nice Giganotosaurus tooth. Here we got a Torvosaurus tooth here. This one I got from the Black Hills Institute. And shout out to Black Hills Institute. They make great replicas. They make great replicas because you can go onto their catalog and you can definitely find like any type of replica that they actually do sell. But remember, you make sure you know what you're looking at too, because some of the prices can be expensive on not Prehistoric store, on Black Hills Institute. But this Torvosaurus tooth, this is really nice detail. It's got nice serrations on both front and back. I had an older version of this one, but it broke a long time ago, and I couldn't fix it, so that one I had to get a different one. And this is a different paint job than the older one, and it feels very cool on your hands. And this one is pretty close to 6 inches. And Torvosaurus is one of the larger Jurassic theropods around. Other claws here. This is an Arthronicus claw, and this one is made in Gaston Productions, or like by Gaston Studios. This is shout out to them because they make great replicas as well. And this Arthronicus claw, it's a Therizinosaur from North America, and this is a very cool looking thing here of this claw. I love this thing. It's kind of thin when you actually look at it. It's very thin, very lightweight for a replica, and this is great detail too. I mean, you can definitely see like bits here where like some of the rock was attached to this claw, and amazing paint job. Shout out to Gaston for their replicas that they make. They're always coming up with different types of replicas that they're making, and in terms of fossils, big shout out to them. I'm looking forward to possibly getting more stuff from them in the future, because this is actually really cool. The next thing here is this Baryonyx claw. I believe this one I got from a website that is no longer around anymore. I think I got this from I think it was called Bay. I think it was Bayshore Replicas. I can't remember what it was, but they're no longer around anymore. I think Two Guys, because or otherwise the parent company, Two Guys Fossils. I don't think they're around anymore. Yeah, I got this from them. I think it came from like a company that does make museum quality type of replicas, but this is a really cool replica. I enjoy holding this replica. Very nice detail, very large. This is over 10 inches around the curve. This is amazing detail. I love a Baryonyx claw, and this is probably one of my favorite claws I have in my collection in terms of replicas. Now to the Tyrannosaurus Rex stuff that I actually do have, like this wishbone of or furcula, the correct term, the furcula of a Tyrannosaurus Rex from Bucky, and this is also from Black Hills Institute. They make great replicas as well, or they make great replicas. I mean, I said that before, but this is an awesome thing to have. There's other websites that do sell these too, and very nicely well done. Great paint job too, and I would probably say if you're a fan of Tyrannosaurus Rex and you want like other things besides teeth and claws, please get this. This is actually a really cool replica, and shows that Tyrannosaurus Rex did have a wishbone like birds. And one of my favorite teeth in my collection of a Tyrannosaurus Rex is this one. Another thing from Black Hills Institute, Stan's tooth. This one is 11.5 inches, and this is great detail. And I'm going to say Black Hills Institute probably makes the best detailed replicas ever. And because of this tooth, I mean, like, it feels pretty dense. This is a pretty dense replica. And you feel the serrations on both the front and the back. I don't know if you're going to see them on the camera here, but there we go. There is a little bit of the serrations right here on the front part of on the back part of the tooth, right here. And you can hold it in your hands very nicely, and very cool piece. And remember, this one is going to be a little bit expensive. It's almost $100. So if you're on a budget in terms of getting replica stuff like this, make sure that you can wait to get there, or save up to get this. So this is an awesome tooth. And shout out to Black Hills Institute. The last thing that I'm going to show you, this is a scale model of Stan's skull. And if you've seen in my previous videos, if you've been around from the beginning, I've shown you this skull multiple times. So this is a scale model of Stan's skull. This is a 3D printed type of skull that they scanned all the bones of Stan, and they made this particular model. I think Bone Clones has this, but Black Hills Institute does somewhat make these. And so Bone Clones might have this type of version of Stan's skull. I believe this is 1/6 the size of Stan's skull. And so this is a very, very cool skull. It's great detail. It's like you're holding the actual skull. And but remember, this is very, very fragile. So probably not something that you want to be carrying around with you every single day. This is basically to look at. And I mean, just look at this. This is awesome. This is just awesome. And I got this one at Black Hills Institute, and it was very expensive. This is very expensive to actually get. And so, like I said before, certain types of replicas and models can be expensive. And so, just because, and this does come with a stand. And so the stand will actually kind of sit right here, kind of almost like on the roof of the mouth of this skull. And it fits very nicely on that stand. And so, yeah, this is an awesome piece. I love this piece. I love looking at it. It's actually one of my favorite things to look at, and kind of look at where, like, the bones, so like where the brain case is, this bone right here. You can see the maxilla. Here's the premaxilla. You can see the nasal. Like, you can almost see every single bone on this. There's even a piece-by-piece version of the skull of Stan. Bone Clones does sell that one. And so feel free to check out all those websites that you find, like fossil replicas. And so remember, fossil replicas are basically like ones that you can handle a lot easier, and also they're cheaper. They're cheaper than the actual fossils. But also, if you still want the actual stuff, please go to a local rock and gem show. They'll have vendors there and make sure you look at the vendor's credentials too, because if they actually do take things from places that they should not be in and all that, but make sure you're not trying to get stuff that were there illegally. They were collected illegally. And but also there's websites that do sell fossils, like Fossilera. They do have really, really nice fossils there, and they're probably the better recommendation of a website to get some fossils. But like, if you're looking for an actual Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth, don't bother to do that, because that is very expensive, very, very expensive. Because like every inch of tooth would be over $100, which is crazy. I do have a piece of a Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth, and it's got the serrations on it. But that was like a bargain, because it's just a piece. And so, but yeah, if you if you want to see more of my collection, feel free. But let's set the goal of likes on this video to 15, so that way I can do a part 2. I'm showing you my collection. But feel free to show me some bits of your collection too via email or on my social media or on the Facebook page. Please feel free to do so, because I would love to see them, because you guys are awesome, and I'm pretty sure you guys got a fossil collection or mineral collection, rock collection, or even like a collection of like replicas or even like models or figures of prehistoric animals. Feel free to do so, because I would love to see your collection. Or at least just tell me what kind of rocks, minerals, fossils, replicas that you do have in your collection, because I would love to hear that. That's it for now. So next week will be a special episode. I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about, so stay tuned for that. And you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochris71@gmail.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you should post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is for private conversations, so please put your questions in the comment section. And for you YouTubers out there, like the videos and hit that thumbs up, because it helps out the algorithm and helps out spread this video to other people that are interested in dinosaurs and other in prehistoric life. Otherwise, share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep following my work here on YouTube. And feel free to hit that bell there too, because that keeps you notified of every video that comes out weekly, because I do weekly videos. And so on and so forth. And for you YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on the Q&A episodes, both on Facebook, email, and YouTube. You guys are bringing me some awesome questions in the Q&A episodes, so please keep them coming. The 200th episode of the special episode is coming next week, and that will be, and also in 2 weeks, the 200th Q&A episode. So please feel free to flood me with your questions for the 200th Q&A episode, and also give me a suggestion for the 200th special episode. What kind of prehistoric animal you want me to talk about? Is it a dinosaur, mammal, reptile, marine reptile, a fish, an amphibian, a bird? Please feel free to do so, because I can actually do plenty of good research for that. And please feel free to do so, and make sure you keep your questions short and to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALS for Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. You know, if you're younger people out there, the solution, the parents, the teachers, and the guardians, it's the best motivation you can have a good education. It's very important to have good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. And stay tuned for sometime next week. I got a special announcement. This will be either before the special episode or after the special episode. So it'll be either Wednesday or Friday, or otherwise Saturday, I should say, of next week. Because there is going to be a special announcement. It is good news for me. And so I will give you that announcement when that time comes, sometime next week. It's either going to be Wednesday or Saturday next week. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for the 200th special episode. Please feel free to give me suggestions for the 200th special episode. Which prehistoric animal should I cover? All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next week.